creep it.
What's the password?
So I have a request.
Alright.
I have a request. There are a lot of people online that create the most amazing video edits, that create the most amazing art, that keep people like me that are fortunate enough to come to these kind of events. They get us through difficult times, but they also just bring joy. You open up Twitter or something, and it is actually quite a joyous place sometimes. And I just wanted to, there are people like Caroline, like Brandy from America, that may never get the opportunity to come to one of these. And sometimes they feel a little bit like less than, because they're not able to come, which is stupid, but you know, that's how they feel.
Don't call them stupid.
No, so I just wondered if you could maybe give some kind of, just like something encouraging to say to them, to reinforce that they are just as valid fans as the people that are lucky enough to be here.
Yeah. I mean, from
There's only a few people watch these videos.
Sure. From where I sit, every human is as valid as every other human. Whether you were on Supernatural or you watched it or you've never heard of it. I've seen a bunch. You know, I've done the YouTube kind of like going through whatever it's advising me to watch, or Instagram or whatever. And I've watched a bunch. I watched like a bunch of when people watch the finale and will film themselves. I think I love that there's a community out there, to Misha's point earlier about like the family this created and how vast it's become. I'm just really, I appreciate it. It's one of those things that, again, we got our scripts, we got our scenes, we got our lines, we memorize them, we show up to work, get our hair and makeup done, put on our costume, our wardrobe, and go hit our marks, say our lines, and go home and wake up the next day and do it again. And so seeing what has become of it is really cool and special and flattering and humbling. So keep it up out there, whoever's doing it, and hope to meet you someday.
Yeah, I will say I have watched a lot of those, whether I just kind of scrolled across them or somebody had sent me a kind of a fan edited video, and I get great joy out of kind of going back, and it's, you know, nostalgia for me, and I'll even send, you know, if it gives me a good laugh, if it's like a bloopers reel or it's a certain scene or something, you know, I will then pass it on. So I would like to say to them, you know, if we don't get to meet you, if we don't get to come to one of these things, or we don't run into each other somewhere down the road, thank you for putting those things together and bringing me joy. And I think that's kind of the cyclical thing here, is that if they're getting inspired by watching a show that we're doing, and it inspires them to use their talents to then create something that then comes back and brings us joy, I think that's just kind of the beautiful full circle of what it is that this fandom means.
Yeah, they just spread endless joy.
Yeah, and we are benefits of that as well. So I hope
conventions wouldn't be happening were it not for those forums living online, and the show wouldn't have lasted for 15 years. And
What?
you're being summoned.
I am? Where am I going? Green room?
no, we want him here.
Can I stay? Boobies! You want to say? I'll say.
We want you. We need you.
I mean, what are you gonna do there without us? The fun's out here, man.
You're just gonna
I'm
go
talking about boobies.
You're gonna go sit in the green room and watch videos of these panels. So.
I'll do that tonight.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Yeah,
answers.
thank you.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Mary. I'm from Slovakia. This is my first convention ever.
Welcome.
First of all, Jared and Misha, I would like to thank you for being so kind at the autograph session and at the photo op. I was so nervous and it was...
But not you.
Somebody was a bit of an asshole.
Jensen, you think it better?
No. I did a photo shoot and the autograph with Jensen yesterday, so he was
How
very,
was
very
he?
nice.
How was
Very
he?
nice and very
measure up,
charming. Very
Like, on the
charming.
scale, like if this is Jensen and Misha up here, Jared and Misha up here, where would Jensen fall?
Things. I think you are all three very unique, and I love all three of you.
Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome. So my question is, one of my favorite episodes ever is Just My Imagination with Sally. And I was just wondering if when you were a kid, if you had an imaginary friend, or if not, what brought you the most comfort?
That's a great question. I don't think I had an imaginary friend, but I spent the majority of my childhood in my imagination. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
And there's something about kids playing, and I see with my kids now, you can be, you're a monster, and then you die, then you get up, and like you play again, then you're an astronaut. And so before social media, and before the internet, and before iPads and iPhones and stuff, I just walked around the neighborhood, or rollerbladed, or skateboarded, or biked, or something. And so I don't think I had an imaginary friend per se. But I was certainly living in my head. You know? Did you?
I did not have an imaginary friend, but my daughter Mason had an imaginary friend. Who, I've told the story before, but I'll tell it again because I don't have any new stories. Mason, when she was younger, she had this imaginary friend named Bobby, and she would talk about Bobby all the time. Bobby, a lot of people in our life thought that Bobby was real because of the way Mason talked about Bobby, and it seemed so real to her vivid imagination. Bobby was a girl, not a boy. And one day she came into the kitchen and she was bawling, like tears streaming down her face, and she was like, Dad, Bobby. And I was like, what happened, honey? What happened? She was like, oh, Bobby said a bad word. And I was like, ooh. Yeah, Dad, Bobby said the F word. And so I choked her. And I think I killed her. And that was it. Bobby was gone. She never came back again.
Dude, this is why I don't cuss around my kids.
You remind me to never say a bad word around Mason.
Now Mason will swear sometimes, but when she does it, it's like crackling with like danger in the air. Like she'll say, and it's like, nobody died.
Thank you, Mary.
Oh,
You're
gosh.
awesome.
I'll just real quick. So I didn't have an imaginary friend either, and I didn't have any friends. No, that's not true. But when, much like Jared, like kind of left your, own devices as a kid growing up in the time pre-internet, video games and stuff like that, you really were kind of left to create. And I had a bunch of, I don't know if you guys have anything like this, but they're G.I. Joe men, like figurines.
Yeah.
I had a whole shoebox full of them, and on the weekends, I would go out to the backyard I'd go into the garage in my dad's like tool area, and I would grab a whole bunch of supplies and stuff, and I would go out into the backyard and in the bushes and stuff, and I would create an entire like war sequence and I would have like strings and then paratroopers zip lining through the bushes, and I mean it was like a whole world. And I did that for a number of years as a kid growing up, and it was, I guess my parents just look out the back door and just see me out there just creating a whole world and having dialogue, and I'd be like, explosions going on.
And now you're still doing that as Soldier Boy. Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
You just have a bigger budget.
That's right. That's right. I just get paid to do it now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I have a G.I. Joe. I still have a G.I. Joe from props from the Impala.
Oh shit, really?
No, that's the little army figure.
Is it not?
No. G.I. Joes were like, articulate.
Right,
I thought,
right.
okay, I have the little.
No, those are just army men. The little green army men. But no, G.I. Joes. There was like there was like Cobra and G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And G.I. Jane. Which,
That's right.
there were some love stories there. But it was all of those characters.
I see.
You know.
Yeah, I don't have those.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary. Quite compared. Hi.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
A little bit nervous, it's my first con, so...
Well, how's it going for you?
Fine.
Yeah.
There's some hesitation there, but we'll move on.
Yeah, it's a mix of emotions, so...
Losing your virginity can be complicated.
Exactly, yes. I'm French, as you can hear from my awful accent, so sorry. I'm French.
You sound your accent sounds lovely and sophisticated.
You're too kind
Stop.
for me. I have a quick question for all of you. I'm pregnant, my first pregnancy, and it's twin. That's exactly what I mean, Jensen, exactly the place. Yeah, your reactions speak a lot.
Okay. Focus. We're pregnant. We've got twins.
Yeah.
We're French.
Not virgins.
Not virgins. First time congoer. Probably last. What is the question?
You seem like wonderful father and husband.
No.
I know somebody that makes you different.
Just true.
His daughter murdered her imaginary friend.
You do the best. Do you have any honest advice for me? Honest advice? Like run, but it's too late to run right
You're
now.
having twins?
Yeah. For pregnancy, for children.
I mean, great.
How does adoption work in France?
I think them better.
Do you know the genders of the babies yet? Do you just know it's two? Do you know if they're two girls, two boys, boy, girl?
We don't know I want to get the surprise of the set.
So you know what? Great. So, I mean, I've got twins. They're boy, girl. But obviously, when they're born, they're just two babies, and so it is. Yeah. Write that down. And that's my advice.
Well said. Well said. I mean, I don't know how I can follow that, but I will say this. One time, Jensen and I were on set, and we were flipping through his some apple juice. It was one of these like super long days on Supernatural. I think it was like 3 in the morning. We've been working since 4 p.m. And we're just flipping through the internet, trying to keep ourselves awake. And a meme came up, and I saw it, and immediately got teary. We were both dads at the time. Misha wasn't on set at that time, but then I showed it to Jensen, and he and I both like basically cried. And the meme said, they're just babies. Okay, you know, the meme said,
I would get yourself a t-shirt that just says they're just babies. Just to remind you and everyone.
they're just babies.
They're just babies.
They can't even feed themselves. They can't even wipe their own butts. Boobies. The meme said, there comes a point in your life where you pick your child up, put them down, and never pick them up again. Yeah.
And you won't know when that
And
is.
you don't know when that is. Yeah. And there's another quote that's kind of similar. Time is the only currency we spend without ever knowing our balance. You know, so the days are long and the years are short, kind of thing. Like it goes so fast. When, you know, at some point in time when they were like 4 or 5, they become actual humans, but for a while they're just babies.
Okay, I do have a quick, for twins, I do have I could probably think of a lot of things, but one thing is the stroller. Stroller's a key thing. You don't want to get the side-by-side.
Okay.
You want to get the one-in-one. So, because the side-by-side
You
is,
can't fit past them on the sidewalk.
it's so wide, and you can't get through doors sometimes. So they make one that's like, where one's up and one's down, but they're in a line.
Okay.
That's the one you want.
That's really good.
That's real advice.
I have a piece of real advice too. And this is going to be an earnest bit of advice. I spent a lot of time when my kids were very young. It's going to be hard. You're going to be tired. There are going to be parts of raising these babies that you don't like. You're going to change a lot of diapers. You're going to feel like you don't have any time to yourself. Speaking from personal experience, I can say your boobies are going to hurt. There are going to be a lot of things that are really challenging.
I'm sorry.
I'll explain to you later. I'll show you. But there are going to be a lot, you're going to have so many sleepless nights. And I noticed myself, I was putting my daughter to sleep every night, and I was holding her, and we found this way to put her to sleep, which was just bouncing. It was like, I bounced her like this, and eventually she would fall asleep, and then I could set her down. And I noticed that I was counting, and I would like hold her like this, and I would count. Sorry, that's not a good look.
I'd hold her. She seemed to enjoy it.
Guys, she's already pregnant.
So I would count, and I'd count 150, and I was like, okay, when I get to 150, I can set her down, and then she'll be asleep, and then I can go on and go do the stuff that I want to do, because I was sick of having to stand there bouncing, putting her to sleep.
Also because you can only count to 150. You don't know what comes next.
And at some point I realized, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I have this amazing moment every evening to hold my daughter. And this is a fleeting experience that will be gone, and I won't be able to get it back. And you really have to take the time to pause and savor the experience, because it will be gone. And if you don't actually let yourself be present in it and think about the other things that you want to be doing, because it's going to be tempting, because it's going to be hard, but just stay in it, because it's so rewarding when you show up for it.
Yes.
And that's my advice.
Thank you for your time.
Congratulations. And I'm so sorry. Congratulations.
And please take care of yourself. Thank you, Boxer.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. First of all, I love you guys, love your characters. Mostly a Sandra, admittedly, but
Nobody's perfect.
Clearly you chose right.
But I don't think I ever cried as hard as when I first watched Castiel die. So I think you owe me therapy.
Sorry about that.
I wanted to ask for each of you separately, if your character at the end of the journey could go back for just 1 minute to talk to the character at the beginning of the journey, what would they tell them?
avoid rebar.
Yeah.
Just a few inches to your left.
Shit. I don't want to say this because I ended up marrying her, but like, hey buddy, Ruby's lying to you. Oh yeah, I guess. They're just babies.
They were, yes.
I would say, listen, this whole Michael thing's gonna come about. And you're gonna be tempted to go to a church and fight Lucifer. If you have to, go fight him, but do it on the ground.
These two guys are gonna have a big influence on you.
But remember, they're just babies. Big, giant, idiot babies with a black car. All right, I think that does it for us. We have one more.
Okay, the last question.
All right, last question.
Hi guys,
Hi,
I'm from Croatia. Last year,
from Greece?
Croatia.
Croatia.
yeah. Last year I asked you if you were like a teacher's pet or troublemaker in school, and then if you got some advice from your teachers that stuck with you. So this year I want to know if you have some advice for teachers that may help us.
You were a teacher, right?
Yes.
What do you teach?
Elementary, so like the 1st to 4th grade.
God bless you.
God bless you. I do have something, actually, that a teacher told me one time, and now it's even more relevant because of AI and ChatGPT and Gemini and all that stuff. But I had a teacher one time grade my paper, an English teacher, and for whatever reason, I didn't read the book. We have this thing in the States called Cliff's Notes, or like Monarch Notes, and it's basically a summary of all the chapters in the book and what the main themes are. And the teacher gave me an A, but pulled me aside and was like, hey, I have a feeling that you just wrote the Cliff's Notes. You didn't read the book. And I lied my face up. I was like, no, I read the book. He's like, you didn't. And I was like, okay. He's like, don't worry, you got all the answers right, yada yada. He's like, but you're only stealing from yourself. Like, the idea about reading a book isn't about getting a grade. It's about what you learn and go through while you're reading the book, what you experience along with the characters, how you can travel. I never read the Cliff Notes again, I just read the books, and I got so much from that. And I think these days, maybe not in kindergarten, but I think a lot of kids are using AI, essentially, to answer questions for them. But they're really just stealing from themselves. Like, it's not about getting a grade, it's about going through the experience. So I would say something like that. I don't know what I really just said, other than, yeah, the years you have to learn and just go to school, you're not having to get a job. Some do, but this is your time to learn and grow and experience. And, you know, reading was a big thing for me, and still is. You know, we get to play characters on TV now, but for a long time, I traveled by reading books or watching movies. You know, I learned about different experiences by reading books or watching movies or TV shows or whatever. So enjoy the journey. Like to Misha's point prior about having twins or kids, like try and soak in the present moment. It's not about getting a grade.
Thank you.
Last or 2 summers ago, I went to a celebration of life party that was for two of my middle school teachers, and they were in their 80s and both dealing with some serious health issues and not knowing how much longer they were going to be around. And so they sort of decided they were going to hold a celebration of life party while they were still alive. And I went with my best friend from 7th grade, who was also a student of theirs, Darius, and we gave speeches at this event. And these two teachers, when we were 12 and 13 years old, absolutely changed our lives. They somehow made these two kids from poor families in a rundown mill town feel like we could amount to something and that we had creative thoughts that we could offer up to the world. And the incredible influence that they had on us literally changed our lives. And we are still recognizing that today, 40 years later. And I think that the advice that I would have to teachers is like, don't ever think that your job is small, because you actually have the power to totally change the lives of these kids. And it's such an incredible responsibility, and it's such a wonderful career to choose for everyone.
I'll just end with a quick statement that I would say that I know, as all three of us, as I would imagine a lot of us here, and I even know that my kids now who are in school, I've got a 7th grader and 2 3rd graders right now. We are all products of the environment that we grew up in. And that is largely the teachers that we had that helped guide us and help craft who we are. So, thank you for doing what you do. Yeah, and thank you guys.
And thank you all.